Okay, so yesterday I showed y'all a trade that I was winning in that was better than what people were seeking to gain from BG Web sharing, because most people were interested in 1.2% or 2.4% per day. So you got to figure out what you're aiming for when you start the journey of trading. And salute to those of you who are tapping in and getting access to something that can increase your skill set that eventually become an asset. And those of you who want to tap in and be a part of the journey and get access to you being a better trader, knowing when to take the trade, a 4-check system basically with this is green, this is green, this is green, and this is green, you hit buy, or knowing when to sell. If you want to get access to that, it's down below. And don't get it twisted, even though it's inexpensive, it still gives you access to some of the great minds of trading by those who have created the account. I'm gonna put on the screen, and this is by no means financial advice. This is not a representation of what you're likely to gain. This person has been trading for a very long time, but this does represent what they were able to accomplish today at the time of this recording across multiple accounts, but based on the tutelage of the creator that you'll be getting access to when you decide to take the next step. So even though I'm showing you small numbers in terms of the trades and the demo account, don't get it twisted for those of you who have high aspirations and want to do big things, of the possibilities that exist when you really tap into learning this skill set by getting access and then turning that all together into an asset. Now, what I'm about to do right now is just show you what it looks like to not take a trade, because at the end of the day, not every time is a good time to take a trade. It's okay to say, okay, I'm gonna sit this one out. And I missed some of the opportunities today to catch some of the prime time trades, because you want to do it at certain peak moments when it's an influx of money coming in and people are pouring in money, because liquidity being there allows you to get in and get out of the market and make profits and a better ROI. That being said, I want to show you what it looks like when you shouldn't trade, when you have the tool that you can get access to. It doesn't pass the 4 checklist. It's not an A+ trade. Basically, an A+ trade, it means that it has all 4 variables. Now, there are situations where it might not need to have all 4 variables, but you can still be profitable. More on that later. But in this scenario, I did not take a trade. I just want to show you what it looks like when it's like, okay, I don't see my setup, I don't see what I'm looking for, so I will not take the trade. You got to know that early on the front end, so that way you're not, wondering, okay, what should I do? When should I take a trade? Let me just guess and let emotion run. No, this is a non-emotional thing. You're looking for your setup, you're looking for data, you're looking for certain metrics to hit based on what's already programmed into the tool that many of you will get access to, and some of you have gotten access to. That's what you're looking for. So it makes it simple to where even if you don't understand the lingo, even if you don't understand, what the bars are saying, even if you don't know all of the details, if you see this and this and this and this, buy. If you see this, this, and this, sell. Take profit's going to be set up. Stop loss is going to be already set up. And you can watch it or you can not. Or you can see like I did, okay, I could have been in profit if I would have just ended the trade, and now I took a loss because I was trying to see if it was going to go higher. It's up to you, so you still maintain control, and depending on the brokerage that you choose will allow you to withdraw on the daily. The one that I'm choosing and the one that I ultimately recommend allows you to start for a small amount, and now you have access to the funds. And from those who I spoke with who talked about this, when they were like, they say it takes 1 day to get your money, but it's your brokerage account. They said it, but we get hours in 30 minutes. So it really gives you freedom of access to the funds once you're trading with real money and you decide whatever your trading goal is. So this is what it looks like when it is not a high probability or a time to submit a trade. And if you want access, it should be down below. If you don't see it, just comment and then I'll give you access. Salute. All right, perfect. So I'm in my trading view account, and this is where all of the features that you'll get access to are embedded basically. So it's 4 main things that you want to look at when it comes to you doing the trades, whether you're buying or selling. Because remember, you want to be in a position to where you don't care what the market is doing. You want to be able to make money when the market is going up and when the market is going down. So that way you're not emotionally attached to, okay, I bought this, let's see how it's performing. I bought Bitcoin, I want it to only go up. You want to be in a position to where you can do either or. Now, the basically the one that I'm looking at right now is centered around gold. It's 1 ounce of gold. So this allows a person who has a smaller account to still be able to participate in trading, even if you might have started with $75 or $100. So it's certain ones that you wouldn't be able to participate in if you invested a small amount, and that makes sense. But this was a micro that allows you to participate in gold. I'm just clearing that up. Now, the things that you want to look at, and you'll learn this. I'm just giving an overview so you can have an idea of, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I want access to this community and group of people so I can keep learning as I earn, or earn as I learn. So that's what this is about. Now, in the upper right hand corner, you see where it says daily bias, bearish. That means the daily bias on today, this particular form of money, gold, has been going down. That's the daily bias. That switches on the day to day. However, sometimes it may say neutral, and that just means that it's been trading sideways, not going up or down, just kind of more so trading sideways. Now, depending on that daily bias, you want it to favor, or that's the direction that you want to be placing your trade in most cases. If the trend for the day is bearish, meaning that it's going down, then you're looking for opportunities to sell the market. Hopefully that makes sense. The other thing you're looking at is the bottom. If you look towards the bottom, underneath that lightning bolt, you're looking at the power trend, and the other part is the power. I think it's power signal. I forget what it's called. I'll show you in a different video. But you see that that reddish part just means that the market was going down in that time frame. The green part means that it's a decent amount of money flowing in. So right now it's a decent amount of money coming in, which it could end up showing an opportunity while I'm recording this video. I don't know. But basically, if in order to place a sell, what you want to happen is you want it to say bearish in the upper right hand corner. You want that bottom, very bottom, to be green as it is right now. And you want that portion right there to be red as it is right now. Then you want to see a signal pop up that says sell confirmation. It'll usually say sell confirm. Then you would hit sell. I don't see that right now. So right now is not the time for me to place a trade. It's that simple. If all of those things lined up, I will place my trade and go from there. Now, I want you to look back towards the 2 o'clock time frame. You'll see where it did give you a sell confirmation. It said reverse sell. And at that moment, it did actually start going down. So if a person, for example, would have been viewing it at the time when that popped up, they can hit sell, and they would have been in profit at this time if they would have still had the sale open, and they would have been in profit in a short amount of time if they would have placed the sale at that time. It's a somewhat of a big red candle right there. They would have been in profit, and then if they would have took their profits in a short amount of time, then they could have been good. Now, it has not hit the TP1, meaning that it hasn't hit the pre-programmed take profit number 1. Now, it still has the potential to. As you can see, it's still heading in that direction. It just didn't do it in a quick amount of time, because what you're looking for, and at that time, you'll see that bottom area doesn't show green. It was kind of gray, which means there's not a lot of money flowing in at that particular time. That's why you want to catch it when there's a lot of money flowing in, because wins can happen faster because more money is coming in that time frame, if that makes sense. But you'll understand this because you'll be getting all of the signals, and you'll know if all of the boxes are being checked, so you'll know whether or not you should sell or buy in that time frame. But right now, since all of the things are not where I want it to be, I wouldn't place a trade right now, and you wouldn't either if you had access to this tool. However, if all of the boxes did check, just hit whatever the daily bias is at that time. So if it's bearish, then you're looking for a sell. If it's bullish, you're looking for a buy. On the flip side, and I'll do another video on this one as well, when it's time to buy, that daily bias will say bullish. You'll be looking for everything to be green. The bottom area where it's currently red underneath the lightning bolt, you're looking for that to be green, and you're looking for money to flow in to be green, and that confirmation buy signal, and that represents a plus setup. Now I'm in a 1 minute time frame. Typically in this one, I would be in a 2 minute time frame based on my teachings, or based on what I'm being taught. So I'm in a 1 minute time frame, just using this as an example. Now I will say this in conclusion: sometimes you have to toggle between time frames, and you will see the confirmation when in other cases you would not. So it just depends, because you're not seeing the reverse trade buy that was showing previously on this one. So certain time frames may show a buy signal at other times. So every now and then you might have to toggle just to kind of see if it's a good time to place buy or sell at that time. But primarily, we've been taught that 2 minute time frame is a good time frame, especially when you're trading the micro Nasdaq. If that don't make sense to you, don't worry about it. You'll learn as you go. But it's certain times that are better for some, and then you might find your flow. Now the 1 minute time frame works best for me. Now the 5 minute works best for me. 2 minute works for me. You'll find your flow. You're not limited or bound to a certain time frame or strategy, but you do want to make sure that you take, or you're coachable and you're a student, and you pay attention to the things that I pointed out: the daily buys, those bottom numbers, the bottom colors, and once it gives you a confirmed buy or sell signal. So it's really that simple. It is like learning a new language, but the way that I'm gonna speak on it is coming from a person who hasn't been doing trading for really any amount of time. I've did some learning, but it was like I was getting fire hosed with information, so it didn't make sense. However, I know most people can look at something and say, okay, all I'm looking for is this to be green, this to be green, this to be green, and this to be green. For me to push buy, I can do that. And it's gonna give me my take profit and stop loss. I can do that. Most people can do that. So that's the angle I want to come from. Now, many of you are going to be skilled at trading, and I already know the trading game. I talked to somebody earlier, and they was like, yeah, I've been trading for this many years, just trying to get back in the game, and this seems like a good fit. Okay, perfect. So many of you are going to be, astute in the area of trading. You just need something that has a high probability, in terms of the amount of times you win in comparison to the losses. And this can position you for just that. Now, lastly, if you do want to get access, it should be in the description. I don't know if y'all looking in the description. Maybe I need to do a pinned comment as well. I may consider that. But look in the description if you want to get access to this tool, so we can earn as we learn and really position ourselves to have access to something that's giving us a skill set that ultimately represents being an asset. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.